Christian virtue. Courage. God says to have courage, right? To be courageous. But he's telling Joshua, he tells us all, right? Jesus says, do not worry, right? He's telling people that are walking in his will to have courage and not to worry, right? So there's a different courage when you're doing your own will compared to doing God's will. When God's telling you to have courage, he's speaking about his will. Being confident in the Lord and what he would do through me and around me. See, in the Lord and what he wants and not what I want. Romans 8:28, and we know that in all things God works for the good for those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose, right? So what does this mean? You have to read Romans 8:29, right? Which is what? For those he foreknew, he predestined to be conformed to the image of his son. So this is his purpose, right? So whatever we're going through, right? No weapons formed against you shall prosper, but the weapons will form, but they won't prosper. But it says that he's the blacksmith. He's putting us through the furnace so that we spoil the plans of the enemy. So we become a weapon for God's will, and that is to look like Jesus Christ. And that means what? Pray like Jesus, fast like Jesus, to walk and talk, right? And to have courage and love, right? Move with compassion like Jesus. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through him who gives me strength, and through him who gives me strength, right? We can do all things, right? Doesn't mean we're going to run through a wall, but what we do in the will of God, whatever his purpose is, we'll do it, and through him, he'll do it through us. If we're abiding in him, he'll do it through us. This is his purpose. And that is what Jesus looks like, is what? The will of the Father. I do what he shows me. He never strayed from the will of God. He didn't even save John the Baptist, who was his cousin, because it was stray from the will of God. Satan grabbed John the Baptist. He tried to bring Jesus to go save him. He said, are you the one, the chosen one, or do we look for another? And Jesus says, do not. He said, blessed those who are not offended because of me. He said, I can't go save you. That would pull me away from the will of God. God's a God of timing, right? Don't be offended, right? So we had to go through something in life, and when our time is up, we're going to be with the Lord. So have good courage no matter what you go through, because God is with us. If you're abiding in him, you don't have to worry. You have courage, right? We don't worry about death. We don't worry about death. God is good. We're going to be with the Lord. It's going to be better. We have a better promise. Jesus died, resurrected, took away the sting of death. Amen.